Good morning, you early birds. Welcome to Tea Time with Tanya. It is Wednesday, December 21st. Happy winter solstice, everyone. This is the change we have been waiting for. Enjoy this day. Get outside. Feel the energy. Connect with nature. Lay down all those things that no longer serve you. Step into the bright new future. Good morning. Good morning. Let's start this off with a blessing. Dear universe, dear creator, dear spirit guides, please give us the collective a blessing for this 21st day of December 2022. We get a blessing from your soul. You are a beautiful soul, full of infinite wisdom. Stop judging and start loving yourself. You are blessed with endless potential and on the verge of transforming into the radiant being that is your true essence. Shine your light and allow this blessing into your heart. Okay, let me read that again because I kind of stumbled a little bit. A blessing from your soul. You are a beautiful soul, full of infinite wisdom. Stop judging and start loving yourself. You are blessed with endless potential and on the verge of transforming into the radiant being that is your true essence. Shine your light and allow this blessing into your heart. Namaste, y'all. Namaste. I don't know why I was stumbling with that, but that is a beautiful blessing. Allow the universe's blessings into your heart. Stop judging yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself right now. Be gentle. Love yourself. Love yourself. Good morning. All right. Okay, y'all. It's Wednesday and we got some great questions today. All right, let me get this shuffle on first. So, all right, first question is from Denny, and this is about North Korea. North Korea has been firing off some missiles. Denny wants to know what will happen. Get this shuffle. 2, and the third one. Oh my goodness, y'all. I don't know if you guys can feel this energy. It is palpable. I could feel the earthquake that happened yesterday, and I don't know where else it was rumbling, but it was like my bed was like on The Exorcist, it was kind of bouncing, kind of felt like that to me, but I know that was earthquakes happening somewhere. They're getting closer together, more and more frequent, guys. So, guys, earthquakes are unpredictable. Stay prepared. You could be driving, you could be walking, and an earthquake happened. Familiarize yourself with what to do in any given situation, guys. It's a Google search, okay? Hey Siri, what should I do in case of an earthquake? And she didn't answer. But yours will answer you. I'm sure your device will answer you. She was listening but decided not to speak. All right, here we go. Denny's question. North Korea is firing missiles. What is going to happen? North Korea is firing missiles. And I believe they're firing them towards Japan again. And Japan just got buried in snow. What is going to happen with North Korea. All right, here we go. Let's see. First card we get is the Hierophant. This is the government. 9 of Pentacles. They're needing attention again. Guys, one thing I want to say about North Korea, when they start acting up, now just remember, these people are eating dirt. They ain't got no money, they ain't got no food. The rich in that country eat while everybody else starves. People in gulags literally are being starved to death. They get whipped and beaten for eating the crops that they harvest. This is how bad it is. So if North Korea has money to be fired, to be number one, making missiles and then firing them off willy-nilly, best believe they are being sponsored by somebody else. And this is exactly what this is. This is showing that North Korea is not being starved out by the rest of the world. Guys, understand, China and Russia and a whole lot of other people are still giving North Korea money. The next card we get is the Empress. Guys, this is Secrets and Mystery. This is all stuff to try to keep everybody up in arms. War and rumors of war. Rumors of unrest. And this is what it is. Keeping everything unstable. Remember, and guys, I'm gonna stick to my guns and say Kim Jong-un is dead, and this is his sister. But they typically did their whole show of ignorance in December, when the whole world is preparing for Christmas, Hanukkah, the holy days. Okay, so the next card we get is the Seven of Swords. So they're trying to get away with something. I feel like they're trying to draw attention to themselves so that people are looking at them and not looking at something else. There's a lot of fluctuations going on. Things are changing. The next card we get is the Seven of Swords. So we got the Seven of Wands. We got the Seven of Swords, them trying to get away with something. And then we got the Seven of Wands, them trying to fight off other people. But I think this is still this is a fight that's not a real fight. They're not targeting land. And this is what everybody needs to understand. North Korea does not want a war with anybody. Their army is starving to death. Even though they may have missiles, may have this, they may have that. If we go to war with North Korea, so many people would literally blow it off the face of the earth. And I'm not being facetious. So everything that you're seeing is distractive. They are getting you to take your eye off of what is really happening. There is news about to come out, and they desperately don't want you to hear that news. Guys, pay attention. Don't pay attention to the mainstream media. This is where you need to read your news. Read foreign news. Something is about to come out, and all of this other stuff is distractive. They are trying to get you to draw your eye away from something that's happening. The next card we get is the Knight of Pentacles, and this is the steadfast warrior. But this is also just resilience. Okay, this is strength. This is what this is to me. This is somebody that will not be moved unless they decide to move. And the last card we get in this draw about North Korea is the Devil. Okay, force fatality, that which is predestined. Okay, we are following. This is a whole skit. Understand. And I need everybody to really, really, really understand what is going on. The powers that be really need everybody to be at odds with everybody else so that they can control the narrative, they can control the emotion. They can control the people by using fear tactics. And the fear tactics that they're using is shortages of foods. Not only the natural disasters that are going on, but the intentional slowing down of goods and services. The intentional, and I want you guys to understand this. When the 1% went to war against the immigrants in America, understand what they did. The people who come to this country and take the lowest paying jobs, the hardest jobs, the most thankless jobs, working in extreme temperatures to pick fruits, vegetables, work in slaughterhouses, to drive long-haul trucks. Most of these people were immigrants who came here under the title that allows immigrants from foreign nations to come here and work. And the 1% decided, no, we need to create a void there. Let's deport these people. Let's harm them. I need everybody to remember what happened in 2020. I need everybody to remember what happened, because this is when our war on immigrants really ramped up into a degree that was just disgusting. Remember the roundups at the chicken factories, while hundreds of parents were rounded up and deported from, I believe, I'm not sure what chicken company it was, but it was one of the big ones. They rounded up illegal immigrants, or should I say undocumented immigrants, who were working for a major corporation. They rounded them up, separating them from their children who were at school and in daycare, etc., etc. But they did not arrest not one hiring manager, shift manager, CEO, or company Bob for hiring these undocumented workers. Now, this is what everybody needs to understand. While everybody's getting mad at the undocumented workers for taking these jobs, they didn't just walk in and take these jobs, guys. No, these big companies went out and hired them. And I want to tell you, because I worked in Arizona, I worked corrections in Arizona, guys. There are buses that go back and forth from Mexico to Arizona, picking up people, bringing them into the United States to pick marijuana, to pick tomatoes, to work in hot houses. They stay in shanties, and then they take them back across the border. So don't be mad at the undocumented worker. Be mad at the ginormous companies that hire them under the table. Don't pay them. Don't take taxes from them. Oh, yes, they do. But underpay them. Use them like slave labor. And then bust them right back across the border. And then want to turn around and tell you that the reason why everything is messed up is because of undocumented workers, when they themselves are the major employer of said undocumented workers. Again, do not get twisted on who the villains are. The villains are the ones who want us pointing the finger at each other instead of pointing the finger at them. The upper tier of our government, of our society, is twisting and manipulating our reality to have us fighting against each other, to keep us from fighting against them, while they quietly pass laws to take away every liberty and right that we believe we still have. Guys, they went out, they already took away a woman's choice. Then they went after people's choice of marriage. They're not going to stop. It's going to become more and more and more deplorable. It is going to be more and more evident what the elite are planning, what the oligarchy are planning. And understand that our justice system has been taken over by oligarchs. When justices are allowed to receive gifts and favors, we no longer have a just system. We have a bought system. Therefore, those who can provide the gifts and the funds to the justices are the ones who receive their justice. Everybody else is just us. All right, let's not get it twisted. All right, my next question is from Blinda Ferries. And Blinda would like to know, does Congress get Social Security and retirement? And the answer to that is I do believe, yes, they do. All government entities pay in to Social Security and to retirement. The difference with Congress is I believe that they get a retirement regardless. So whether they work in Congress for a year or for 30 years, they get a full retirement. No other job gets that. And I could be wrong about that. But Blinda, yes, they do get I know they get a full retirement. A full retirement. Okay? And that's every person who's ever served in the Congress. It's a messed up system to keep a whole bunch of rich people rich. All right, I don't know how much it is, but it's there. My next question is from Danielle. Will Meghan and Harry have a sit down with the royal family and get an actual apology? Will Meghan and Harry have a sit down with the royal family? With daddy and stepmama? Because let's call it what it is. That's daddy and stepmama and brother. This is a whole family drama. That is this young man's father, his stepmother, and his brother. And these people are in the spotlight simply because Meghan is a black woman and she refuses to be pushed in a corner, sat down, and silenced. And her husband stands up for her. And a whole country has attacked them for it. Let's not get it twisted. Let's not lose sight of why Harry and Meghan are not in the UK. Let's not pretend that they got welcomed with open arms and flowers, and that everybody over there didn't talk about Meghan like she was a red-headed stepchild. I'm sorry, I should not have said that, especially since she's married to a redhead who his father thinks is his stepchild because he doesn't think that that's his son. And that is 100% his son. Guys, if you don't believe that DNA tests are done on those royals, then you haven't been paying attention. That is his child. He didn't love Diana. And I know I'm going a little bit off, but we got to talk about this. Charles never loved Diana. That was an arranged marriage. He was almost 30. She was 19 and a virgin. She didn't even get an opportunity to live any kind of a life. Okay? She got checked. Imagine somebody coming and telling you, okay, you've been selected to be Prince Charles's wife. He's been single for much too long, and he hasn't done what we desire him to do. Therefore, we have selected you, Miss Diana Spencer, and you are going to be the next Princess of Wales, whether you want to or not, whether Charles wanted to or not. That was the last arranged marriage in the royal family, and it ended in disaster. There was never any love. The fact that Diana got pregnant is beyond me. Is really beyond me. Because I'm wondering if there wasn't some science involved in it. Was there actually was the marriage actually even consummated? Diana was desperately unhappy. From the moment she was engaged, she was desperately unhappy. For the whole, 14 years? Or however long she got to be on this earth past her marriage date. Because her life effectively ended the day that she married into the royal family. And that is the same thing that happened with Meghan. But let's go ahead and ask, will Meghan and Harry have a sit down with the royal family and get an apology? All right, here we go. Are they upside down? No, they are not. Oh. I'm running out of space here on the table. Oh my goodness, guys. Okay. There is going to be, I don't know, there might be something going on with Charles and his wealth. I don't know. There's going to be something with money, but this is about Meghan and Harry, so maybe they're going to have an issue with their money. Instead of me guessing, let me go ahead and look. And guys, I know that some of the big channels have a problem with me consulting the book that this is the book that I wrote. Let me show you this. I wrote out every card for every deck that I have. So I am looking back on my own notes, okay, from the deck. And I have heard, and I'm going to go ahead and air this because I think some people need to hear this. I look at this because I don't know how people can memorize 37 different decks of cards when all of them don't mean the same thing. And anybody who tells you they can is lying to you. I check my book so that I can give you accurate information, so that I'm not making it up. I am a psychic medium. Tarot is something that I enjoy doing and that I am learning as I am presenting it to you. That's why I refer to the book that tells me what these cards mean. And I will apologize anytime I find out I am wrong, because my ego is not in this. Just a FYI. Now let me get back to Harry and Meghan. Okay, so the first card we get is the Seven of Pentacles. And I went and put my book back. Seven of Pentacles inverted. This is money going the wrong way, looks like to me. Seven of Pentacles inverted is anxiety about money. Exactly. So I think this is what this is. And guys, we have been hearing about this for a long time, about Harry and Meghan worrying about money, specifically because they're having to pay out of pocket for a security detail. Why is this important? Okay, let's put this into real. They literally got cut off from the royal family. So everything that they're making is basically what they have and what they're doing. They're doing Netflix, they're doing this and that. So everybody who thinks that they're just rich just because of what their name is, come on, let's step back into reality here. And this is one of the things. And I want y'all to remember Twitch, okay? Because we have this idea of how people live that is completely farcical. We have no idea how much money Meghan and Harry have. We have no idea. None of us has any idea what's in their bank account and how they get money. We do know that the royals have cut them off, that they're paying for their own security. Their children, they have to be protected everywhere they go. Security is not cheap. You're talking about paying people $25, $35, $45, $55, $100, $200 an hour, because they're expected to put their life on the line for yours. This is every day, 24 hours a day. Multiple people. So let's just get the whole let's get the whole thing out there. While everybody's looking through a little tiny hole, let's widen this view. While we're assuming, we're making all kinds of assumptions about people's lives. Oh my goodness, I got another ghost back here. All right. I am so happy they like to visit me. This is awesome. All right, so Harry and Meghan are having problems about money. Now, behind them, they have the Six of Wands. Now, this is the victory. This is good things, but this is behind them. This is in the past. In front of them, they have the Death card. And this is an ending, guys. So oh my goodness. I'm kind of feeling that with Harry and Charles, that there is so much animosity there. There is so much resentment. And I'm going to say it just like it is. It's resentment. And I'm going to say this because I feel like Harry blames Charles for his mother's death. I feel like Harry blames Charles. And that is something that, and then the way that he has been treated. But I think this is a back and forth that we're not privy to. These are interpersonal conversation, looks, spitting words at each other. The distrust, the despisement. Just think of a picture ever, where you've seen Charles in an embrace with Harry. Ever. Even when he was a baby. One picture of Charles and Harry in a father-son moment, embrace, anything. I challenge you. If somebody can find it, please email it to me. psychictanya9@gmail.com, and I'll give you a shout out and try to show the picture. But I don't think it exists. Okay? So, I don't think there's going to be a reconciliation between Charles and Harry. This relationship is fraught. It's fraught. There is so much distrust. There is so much animosity. And I feel like Charles is hoarding over, I'm the king, I don't have to give excuses to anybody. I can disinherit you, I can disavow you. I am God as far as it's concerned. And that's how it is. But the outcome, the final outcome, I do feel like the brothers will come back together. William and Harry will have a meeting of the mind. Because regardless of whether Charles thinks that Harry is his son or not, DNA be damned, the boys know they are blood brothers. And they will have a coming together. They will come back together. So, Danielle, no, Harry will not receive an apology from his father, but him and his brother will have a reconciliation. All right, my next question is from Norma Breaux. And Norma would like to know, will anyone be held accountable for the forced sterilizations that have been happening at the border? These women were lied to. They were told they were going for checkups. They were lied to. A lot of them were not even given interpreters. They went into surgery and came out without uteruses. Guys, this is criminal. This is people's lives altered. This is people's lineages halted. Bloodlines ended because women were forcibly sterilized. I need everybody to take a second and feel the gravity of what this is, because we can't gloss this over. Women were taken into surgery, their uteruses removed, their ability to ever have a child of their own was taken from them without their consent, without their permission, without their knowledge. You want to know when else this was done and to whom else this was done? This was done to black women in the South. This was done to Native American women. And I'm not going to say, no, we're not going to say women. We're going to call them what they are, what they were. They were girls, and they were forcibly sterilized. This is a nasty history that the United States has got to face up to. This is something that has been going on for a long time. Literally, this is genocide. Forcibly sterilizing women is genocide. You are trying to end a race of people. You have destroyed bloodlines. Once you take a uterus, there's no babies coming out of that woman. We need to understand the gravity of this, okay? And it's forced. It's genocide. It is an attempt at genocide. Will anyone be held accountable for the forcible sterilizations that happened on migrant and incarcerated women in the United States? And it's interesting, the last card is the Six of Cups. The one thing that they'll never have again. That they'll never have. The chance to have happy children. To provide a happy place for children to grow. But the answer is yes. Justice will come. Guys, expect there to be some changes. We got 2 yeses, actually. 3 yeses. Expect there to be changes in the Border Patrol. Expect there to be sweeping changes in the Border Patrol. This is going to be after, though. Guys, the Supreme Court is going to change. The Supreme Court is going to change, and it's going to be necessary, out of necessity, because of the corruption. And this is going to be uncovered day by day by day. We are going to see exactly how corrupt our highest court of our nation is. And if I must say for entertainment purposes only, I will say for entertainment purposes only. But don't pay so much attention that you are emotionally invested in it, but keep your eye on what's going on, because we have turned a corner. All this doom and gloom that we have been facing for the last, 6 years. This cycle is finally coming to an end. And guys, as slow as our justice system works, again, don't give up your faith. Do not get worried and bogged down with anxiety. Let the system work. Take your emotions out of it. That's the only way that we're going to see the results that we want to. Is once we get out of our own way. And we really must. The people who harm these women, justice will come to them. Justice will come to them. There's anxiety about this already. They know what they've done. And this is not one person. This is an entire system. And this system must be destroyed from the top down. Ask yourself, We have to look back at what happened in places like Auschwitz, and we have to ask ourselves, what kind of person could knowingly look at other people and lead them into a gas chamber, looking at little children, looking at pregnant women, looking at grandpas, looking at little boys, young men, looking them in their face and escorting them into a gas chamber, telling them to take off their clothes and change their clothes over there with a straight face, and then you close the door and they drop that cyanide tablet in there. What kind of person could do that? Okay? This is the same kind of person who could look at a woman who believes that she is going in for a pap smear, and you know that you're about to erase her bloodline. There's no difference. None. The act is the same. The act is the same. What kind of people? What kind of people could make a picnic on a Saturday afternoon to watch other people hang while they eat a sandwich and potato salad and play the banjo? We have to ask ourselves, what kind of people are we? What kind of people are in our midst? Who is protecting these people to allow them to do such vile and horrible things? But the answer to this question, Norma, is yes. And they're worried about it, as they should be. And the only thing that I can say is that justice will not be served at its fullest, because those people, what was taken from them? Money? Citizenship? Nothing will bring back. There is no reparations for stealing a woman's uterus, for stealing a woman's future. And ladies, if they did it to them, what's it to stop them from doing it to us? Okay? These are women who were just trying to get into this country. Yeah, I know. This is a deep one today, but this is the stuff we got to talk about. This is the stuff we got to talk about. It's not just about, oh, Donnie is, doing this or that or the other thing. Let's talk about the horrors that are being subjected on people and what we can do as a collective to change that. Even if it is nothing more than changing our thought and being cognizant and aware of what is going on. Not turning a blind eye. Not closing our eyes and saying, I agree with whatever you're doing. Without agreeing to turn our country into a police state. We have a whole statue sitting in the Bay of New York that says, bring me your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free. That statue says, bring me your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free. And as soon as they show up, we put guns in their faces. We steal their uteruses. We separate the children from their parents. What kind of monsters are we? What kind of people do that? You didn't come here for no fluff and filler. If you on this channel, you came here to hear the truth. And I'm here to give it to you. I ain't sugarcoating nothing. We have to take responsibility for every doggone thing we allow to happen by not removing bad people, by not calling out bad systems, by being complacent and being okay, as long as it's not happening to us. And that right there is our problem. All right. Next question is from Cory Ray. Cory would like to know, will home prices come down in the years 2023 and 2024? Will there be a righting of our housing system? And guys, I have a feeling that there is something that is going to happen. I don't know how quickly it's going to happen, but let's ask Tarot. Tarot, please. What will happen? Let me give this a quick shuffle. What will happen with the housing in 2023 and 24? Will the price of housing decrease? Oh my goodness, guys. Oh goodness. Okay, all right. It starts off good and it ends good, but there's some bad stuff in the middle, but it ends good. Okay, first thing we're talking about, what is this? We're talking about a house, and here the first card is a big old house, the Four of Wands. People celebrating happy home, happy family, okay? And that is also a yes. Now understand, let me tell y'all what's going to happen. So this is foreshadowing. Yes, there will be a change in the outcome of the housing crisis. And I'm going to call it what it is, because that's what it is. When we have hundreds of thousands of people outside, unhoused, living in cars because they can't afford the rent and they have good paying jobs, we have a crisis. Okay? So yes, we are going to see an end of this crisis, but before we see that, we are going to have to go through some things. And guys, this is a writing of this. Understand why we have this problem, okay? And this falls back on money markets, the stock market, people trading futures, and money markets, but hedge funds. I'm sorry, that's the word. Hedge funds are one of the major pushers of this housing shortage. That there's no housing shortage. We have empty houses. Okay, and I'm going to talk about what's happening right here outside of my front door. We have thousands of empty apartments. Empty houses. Empty. And they're building hundreds of houses and apartments. And we have vacancies everywhere. And I'm thinking, why would they build all these apartments and houses when there's all these apartments and houses sitting empty? And we have this whole fresh batch of homeless people, homeless families with young children. Again, homeless families who make decent money but cannot afford $1,700 a month on rent, $2,700 a month on rent, whose credit cards are maxed out, who are in collections, because this is how it goes. This is how we are unprotected. And this is what is going to come to an end. There it is. The predatory nature is what is going to be under fire. So, Cory, yes, okay? Yes, our happy home will come, but the predators have got to be dealt with first. There has got to be laws and policies put into place to stop people from victimizing others. And that is the word. And this is what it is going to come down to. People have been victimized by predatory lenders. Yes, but we are going to have to fight. We're going to be tired by the time this is over. But yes, the final outcome is we will all be a little bit richer in the end. We will all have a little bit more, but we're going to go through some hard times. There's some justice that has to come. There's changes that must be made. Okay? Okay, Cory? But we'll come out of it. But there's got to be laws to stop it, to stop this from continuously happening. All right? All right. My next question is from Beautiful Girl. Beautiful Girl would like to know, would Tim Ryan have beaten J.D. Vance had he insisted on a recount? Simple yes or no question. Would Tim Ryan have beaten J.D. Vance? This is in Ohio, guys. If he had insisted on a recount, if he hadn't been a gracious Democrat and just conceded. You know, that was Tim Ryan going high. Would Tim Ryan have won if he had? That's a yes. That is a yes. That's both of them are yeses actually. Yes, and there it is. Just to clarify it. Yes. Tim Ryan would have won. He had more votes. It wasn't a large amount of votes, but he had more, and they knew it. And because he didn't insist, because they got him ahead of time to say that he wouldn't challenge it. Yeah, that's how they tricked him. Well, he tricked himself, because anybody who would agree to something after dealing with Donnie, no, everything would have to be a wait and see. I'm going to see what you do just before I say what I'm going to do. You know, I'm going to match the energy you give. That would be the answer that I give for any of those Republicans. Now, I'm not going to promise you anything. We'll see what you do, and then I'll match that same energy. You know, and that's what we need to start doing. And we could still be taking the high road without backing ourselves into a corner. You know, all we have to say is, when the outcome comes, I'll see how you respond, and then I'll determine how I respond. I'll match your energy. That's a decent answer, as far as I'm concerned. All right. Beautiful Girl would also like me to do a deep dive on Hakeem Jeffries, the new minority leader of Congress. And guys, and this is going to be interesting to say, but he ain't going to be the minority leader. He going to be the majority leader, okay? A lot of stuff is about to happen. A lot of stuff is about to happen. There's going to be so much change. And it's going to be painful, so be prepared. Be prepared. All right, Hakeem Jeffries. Hakeem Jeffries, please, tarot, spirit guides, ancestors, tell us everything you can tell us about Hakeem Jeffries, the new minority leader of the United States Congress. Okay, first card, he gets the... Let me do it this way. He's going to be successful. Okay, let me read this first card because it's inverted. I got the first card is the star inverted. The star inverted is arrogance, impotence, and haughtiness. So he's gonna come in there being a little full of himself. Give him a break, y'all. You know, give him a break. He's gonna turn that around. He's gonna be working with his constituents. He is going to bring the fight when it needs to be brought. Okay, he will be watching things in Congress are going to grow. He is going to be successful. And whoever the GOP elects to be their majority leader, Hakeem Jeffries is going to beat them out of that slot. Guys, justice is coming, and it's coming to Congress. And it's going to come to Congress faster than it comes to the Senate. Okay? And just be aware of that. A lot of things are going to change. And there are handcuffs involved. There are handcuffs involved. There are about to be subpoenas and indictments on sitting members of Congress, and they know this. And guys, this is when it's going to be the most dangerous. Golly, I did that and didn't even read on. I threw the cards and didn't read on him. Oh my goodness! Let me do this again. Deep dive on Hakeem Jeffries. I got ahead of myself. That's what happens. There's a whole conversation going on in my head. Goodness gracious. Hakeem Jeffries. Let's He's going to be successful. I'm gonna pull 3. Past, present, and future. Look at this. Okay. The first card he's got is the Ace of Cups. And guys, this is, in this case, this is not the walk away card. I'm going to read you what the meaning of the Eight of Cups is. The Eight of Cups is giving joy, mildness, timidity, honor, and modesty. Okay? So that's a little bit of change from the first card we got the first time, which was haughtiness, saying that he was full of himself. So I think he's in his jubilance that he's going to have that arrogance, but then he's going to humble himself once his celebration is done. His present self, he gets the world. The spotlight is on him. The very first minority leader in either house of color. The very first. And it took 2000. It will only happen in the year 2023. The future for Hakeem Jeffries. He gets the Two of Wands. Hakeem Jeffries will be holding the world in the palm of his hands. He will be an effective leader, and he will grow the Congress in a positive way. There you go, beautiful girl. I hope that answers your question. My next question is from Jose Meme. Will Biden run in 2024? Okay. Here we go. A lot of things are changing. One thing that isn't is people are still getting older. People are still people. So let's see. And I know Biden has been waffling back and forth whether he's going to run or not. Feel like I need to shuffle. Here we go. Here we go. Make sure not to turn them right. Here we go. Will Biden run in 2024? And if yes, will he win? Okay. All right. Yeah, Biden is going to run. And if he runs, he's going to win. There you go. There you go. Yes, he's going to run. And there, look at, we even got the Page of Wands that there's going to be an announcement about it. So, yeah, in the face of adversity. And guys, you got to hand it to the old boy. He has been one of the most successful presidents like ever. He's gotten more done in this, under all of this animosity than anybody ever has. All right. So let's give it up for Brandon. Let's give it up for Brandon. So here, you want to take the steam out of those red hats that try to use that as a slight? Frick yeah. Let's go, Brandon. He's doing a doggone bang-up job. Let's go, Brandon. Right on. Good job, President Biden. Excellent job, President Biden. Let's take the venom out of their words and turn them into the celebratory experience that it should be. They want to use it for hate. Let's use it to give thanks. Just like that. Thank you. Thank you. Because he is doing an excellent job in the face of all this, all this, in the face of all his adversaries. All right. There you go, Jose. Yes and yes. He will run. He will win. Next question is from Danielle R. 45 is encouraging attacks on the FBI and the DOJ. Will there be any attacks? I told y'all, the closer he gets to facing justice, the more he's going to start screaming for his red-hatted base to get out there with their AR-15s and start a ruckus, okay? They need participants. This is where we must disassociate yourself from that, okay? Don't vibrate on that level. Don't be out there getting in arguments with these crazy people. And guys, Christmas is one of the most stressful times of year for a lot of people. A lot of people are spending all kinds of money they don't have on a whole bunch of people that they really don't want to buy nothing for. And every year they're trying to outdo somebody else. All of this stuff is about clout. It is about wealth and excess, and it is about false. Okay? It's about false. Because people wouldn't be upset if they could give what they could give to whom they wanted. But people feel obligated to buy for everybody. People who they don't like, who they don't care for, which induces a lot of stress, especially for people who don't have a whole lot of extra money. Or people who are dealing with very entitled people. Very stressful. Because why? Because we've taken what this holiday is supposed to be and bastardized it. It's not our birthday, unless you were born on the 25th of December. It's not our birthday. Birthday is for Jesus. For those people who are Christian. So you should be buying gifts for other people. People who don't have. Going out of your way for others. Making sure that people are warm and fed. I'm just saying what we need to do to be human. I ain't pointing no finger at nobody. But if we can't say that we can do better, then we haven't learned anything. If we can't say that we don't follow the rules that we set for ourselves, then we haven't learned anything. You know, we are only as strong as the weakest of us. And our pool of weak is getting larger and larger by the day. So that shows exactly where we are as a country. When babies can't get health care. When grandmas can't get health care. When women can't trust doctors. If they're in jail because they might think they're going for a pap smear and come out without a uterus. All right? Is 45 encouraging attacks on the FBI and DOJ, and will there be any attacks? Look at his face even shows up. Guys, the last card is the Eight of Swords, the final outcome. So we do have two yeses here. Yes, he's going to try to throw things out of balance. The closer he gets to justice, the more he's going to beg people, avenge me. And this is what it is. Avenge me. I've done horrible things, but don't let them get me. Fight for me. I won't fight for you, but you need to fight for me. And this is what it's all about. Yeah, but there's going to be something is going to be thwarted. Guys, I think we're going to dodge a bullet. Maybe not all of them. There may be some small skirmishes, but there is something big that they're trying to plan. And I kind of feel like we might get the jump on it this time and not be caught with our pants down like we were on January 6th. But guys, expect them to try again, to try another January 6th. That's what I'm kind of feeling. They're going to try that again. But I don't think they're going to be as successful as they were. I think if they try to do it this time, some people are going to get shot and die, and it's going to put it down like a rabid dog. There's not going to be this, you get the benefit of the doubt. It's going to be, you're a hostile, and we're going to kill you. And that's going to stop the aggression pretty quickly. Because these people don't want a war. The Yahoo army don't want no war. Just because they have an AR-15, their 300-pound asthmatic self ain't going to be able to run from nobody. And as soon as they run out of bullets, what they going to do? Okay, these people don't want no war. These people are not soldiers. These are angry, want to call themselves patriots. A bunch of angry people who are not getting their way, who are behaving badly for somebody else. Let's call it what it is. Yes, Danielle. But it looks like it's going to get put down. So hopefully the FBI and DOJ ain't going to be playing footsies with the criminals this time. All right, my next question is from Spirits Beyond the Stars. Not a question, statement. Spirits Beyond the Stars looked it up, and then I looked it up too. The Speaker of the House does not, oh my goodness, guys. The Speaker of the House does not have to be a member of Congress. Speaker of the House can be anybody that they vote on. Now, if they cannot elect a Speaker of the House, they can effectively just stalwart Congress. But again, that's only going to hurt them. That's not going to stop the Democrats from doing anything. That'll just stop the Republicans from having leadership. Okay? So, there's something that we didn't know. And then we have to ask ourselves this question. With all the care that the founding fathers put into the Constitution, why would they leave a goose egg like that hanging out? Just food for thought, guys. Just something that you should know. And I thought that you had to be a member of Congress. But no, you do not have to be a member of Congress. At least in this reality. You don't have to be a member of Congress to be the Speaker of the House. But then I guess if you don't have to be a member of Congress to be the Speaker of the House, then the Speaker of the House's votes don't count towards whatever party the Speaker belongs to. Because he or she is not a elected member. So they can't have a vote. Even if they have a voice, I don't see how they could have a vote. All right, there you go. My next question is from vcoolwater. vcoolwater would like to know, will 45 be charged with tax fraud? With all this stuff that's going on in New York? Ooh-wee. Let's see. Will 45, will Letitia James, or anybody? I mean, now that everybody's got his taxes now, guys. He has nowhere to hide. Gonna see all that Saudi money. Gonna see all that Israeli money. You're gonna see all that money from Russia. Oh yeah, all the money laundering. Oh yeah, everything's about to come out. Will 45 be charged with tax fraud? Ooh, first card out. is, and I ain't got to go no further. First card out. Yeah, this gonna get him. Look, it's the Ten of Swords. And here's our yes. Oh, and he knows it. And this is why he is so emotional. Again, expect him to lose his ever-loving mind. Expect him to be behaving badly on any platform he can, to be wang. And guys, as much as everybody wanted to laugh at him about his NFTs, including me, that fool sold out in one day. Sold all of them. Fraud. And sold out. People are paying him money. Understand, he has a base. So all these people who are screaming, all these politicians who are screaming, he's not our guy. That NFT, an email, sold out. He made $4.5 million in one day. All right? Don't get it twisted. Do not, until this man is dead, under the ground, behind bars, in a maximum security prison. Don't underestimate this, because that's what they want you to do. That's what they want you to do. All right. Will 45 be, we got the answer to that, yes. Will, the next question, last question, I think. Let me see. Yep, last question. Also from vcoolwater. Will Congressman George Santos face consequences for being a fraud? I don't know who this person is, but let us see. Will George Santos face consequences for being a fraud? Here we go. First card out is the Fool. Yes or no? Got the Government here. Got the Thief. Yes. Yeah, he's gonna be faced. He's gonna face some consequences for being a fraud. But it might be, he's got the Ten of Pentacles, which is an end. But yeah, there's your answer. He's going to face some consequences. Again, I know nothing about this, and I don't know what he lied about, but he's got theft. There's money in here. There's foolishness in here. There's hoarding money or hiding money or laundering money or stealing money or whatever. And this is all being done under the guise of the government. But yeah, he is going to face consequences. All right, guys. That was my last question. Go ahead and get into the weather for this week. If you're not already in it or if it hasn't started, prepare, guys. The closer we get to Christmas, the solstice and tomorrow, the all them twos lining up, just be prepared, guys. Be prepared if you are in snowy weather. Also be prepared for earthquakes tomorrow. I don't know. I just feel like tomorrow there may be a lot of movement in a lot of places. So just be prepared whether you're driving. If there's an earthquake, again, do a Google search so you will know what you need to know about what to do in an earthquake. But then, guys, just prepare for this weather. And some places are going to have some nice weather. I'm not going to take that away from you. But the majority of us are going to have below normal temperatures. A lot of places are going to have way below normal temperatures. Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, please prepare for adverse weather. Mississippi, Georgia, Tallahassee. Be prepared for bad weather to come all the way that far down, all the way down to Tallahassee. So there's going to be some cold weather. Polar vortex, guys. A lot of cold weather. So be prepared. And again, This is the time for us to think about our fellow man. If you have resources, if you have an attic or a cellar full of old blankets that have come from generations that nobody's using, please consider handing them out to people who need them. Make a special trip. Load up your car. Look for people in need. Help where you can. It's imperative. You know, old mats, yoga mats, anything that puts a barrier between a body and concrete. All right? Anything. Just be a help, guys. I love you. Happy Wednesday. This gonna be late. It's 3:38. I love y'all. Namaste. Bye-bye.